The name Colorado literally means colored red. And this was very much the plan for hardline conservative incumbent Representative Lauren Boebert. In fact, 538's campaign forecaster had her with a 97% chance of winning prior to election night. But despite the predictions, Boebert is now neck and neck in a race with Democratic challenger Adam Frisch, a race that's yet to be called. And it's Frisch who's holding on to the slimmest of leads, 50.01%, that should be 01%, to Boebert's 49.9%, with 92% of the vote in, about a 73-vote difference. So how'd this happen in Colorado's very red 3rd district, a sweeping district which encompasses about half the state in landmass? It covers the wealth of Aspen and the traditionally Republican cattle ranchers of the southern part of the state. Boebert has made a name for herself with a number of stunts on Capitol Hill.
The paperwork's already been filed. I have introduced articles of impeachment to impeach Joe Biden, impeach Kamala Harris.
And then there was this moment in March during President Biden's State of the Union when he was addressing U.S. soldiers who had died from cancer following their service in Iraq and Afghanistan.
A cancer that would put them in a flag-draped coffin. I know.
13.
One of those soldiers was my son, Major Beau Biden.
Regardless of these antics, Boebert had the polls and the confidence to put out this tweet last night: "The red wave has begun." We all know by now that that hasn't quite happened. The national recognition and $2 million in campaign cash Boebert was already supposed to have delivered a victory and a speech with the same gusto. You saw her there attacking the president and vice president. So how did this happen? Joining us now, Jesse Aaron Paul, political reporter and editor of the Colorado Sun, who's extensively covered Boebert and this race specifically. Thanks a lot for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right. So were people there locally surprised at how close this is?
This was a total shock. You know, folks were not watching this race in Colorado. We had a lot of closely watched national contests, a few other congressional districts where people were focused on. And you know, this was just a total shock as Republicans watched results come in last night.
So how did it happen? I mean, were a lot of Republicans just tired of her antics?
We're kind of watching, you know, the results come in and looking at the numbers really closely right now to try and figure that out ourselves. I mean, this is an R+9 district in Western Colorado. It actually was made more Republican during last year's once-in-a-decade redistricting process. The electorate leans really Republican. If you look at the voter registration, it leans Republican. And frankly, you know, I think, you know, voters in Western Colorado simply got tired of you know, Congresswoman Boebert's record. And I think that's what we're seeing play out here.
So we've got, what, 3% or so of the votes still to come? Any sense of where that's going to be coming from in the district to tell us which way it may lean?
Yeah, there's two major population centers in the district. One's in Mesa County and Grand Junction, and then Pueblo County, the city of Pueblo. And there's a few thousand votes left to be counted this afternoon there. We're seeing kind of the results shift every hour or so. And this race is way too close to call. We'll kind of figure out in the next 8 days or so exactly where things are at. But, you know, it's a razor thin margin. People are going to be watching this closely. I know I've just got my eyes glued to the election results page here in Colorado.
And if you were a betting man?
I'm not a betting man. I mean, I again, if you had told me last night coming in that this was going to be a competitive race in Colorado, I would have been absolutely shocked to hear that. Because
I think it was the Times or one of the places was still saying they thought that she would likely pull it out by, you know, a few votes. But
it's true. I did just before I came on see something come across Twitter that she had gone above Adam Frisch by a few votes, but it's going back and forth.
Yeah. All right. Jesse Aaron Paul, thanks a lot for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.